Welcome to the second episode. So today we'll be taking a look at what's damaged and what needs to be fixed and a general in-depth look of the car. So to start with, as we can see, the bumper here has a damage on the corner. So I'm not sure if we're going to be fixing or if we're going to be just replacing the whole thing. So if you look at the front, the grill there, it's a little bit faint in terms of the color, and also the fender has a bit of damages there on the top, and there's some rust spots as we can see on the top there and going down. And if you look here at the bottom of the fender, there is a dent and a bit of paint that's removed. So basically I think the whole car is gonna need a respray, but then at the current moment it's not really the most important thing at the moment. So yeah, but then as you can see there's more rust spots there, so I'm gonna move this in future episodes so that we can see what's hiding under there. But yeah, as you can see on the side profile, the car is pretty much straight, just needs a bit of fixing here and there. And this is the tail light. The tail light, it's a replica one, and the right side one is the original one, but the left side light needs a replacement. You can see here on the right, on the top, there's a rust spot that looks like a bullet shot. So this sticker needs to go. The previous owner had imagination, but then yeah, also that sound match sticker is gonna have to go. And this is the right side. This roof rack needs to be repainted or maybe replaced as a whole. And this is the driver door. As you can see, the handle there, we all know once the handles are always broken, so I'll buy new handles for this. And yeah, this is the side profile from the driver's side, and generally this is how the car looks from the outside. All right, let's jump into the interior and see how it looks like. So starting with the dashboard, there's no cracks. It looks very clean, and it has minimum damage, and it doesn't need any replacement. So most people actually they like the Velo dashboard, and I personally for this car like this old spec dashboard. So I will be keeping this as is. So no future plans of changing it to a Velo spec. So next is going to be the seats. As you can see, these seats have seen better days. They are going to need replacements, and also the roof lining is going to need a cleaning. I'm not sure what kind of products I need. So if you have any suggestions, you can drop it on the comment section below. So I'll be attempting to remove this tint. It's very old and it's stuck there. I try to scrape it off, and then it looks gonna leave a residual glue. I'll just show you in the next clip how that glue looks like. And I'm just gonna try using different products to try and remove it and keep the windows clear. And in the future video, then we will try to maybe install a smash and grab, which is more of a higher quality, and I don't think it will do this, it will fade in the future, or maybe it will take more time to fade. But for now, I'll just use the handy Andy with bleach, and this I don't know what you call it, but I call it a skill pot. So yeah, we're just gonna scrape away all of this old adhesive and wipe it off with a clean towel and see how it comes out. So I'll just do this whole process to the windows, but I won't show that. I will just show this one window. So let's see how it's gonna turn out. I know the experts are gonna tell me that I'm using the wrong method down in the comment section below, but this is not a how-to video. This is just how I did it. And if it gets the job done, I don't have any problem with it. So as you can see, this is the results. So all of the adhesive came out, and this method actually worked well. So yeah, now the car looks like a fishbowl basically. And this is how I want it until I install the smash and grab. So this is how we will be keeping it. I needed to open the window there just to show you that it's there because I think on camera it looks like there's no window. So now we will be removing this fan cover so that we can paint it. So we have this screw right here and another one on this side. As you can see, I think this has been cut. So it has to have four, but it only has two. So we can fix that in the near future. But in the immediate, what I want to do is to actually repaint this so that it looks good. So now that we have taken it off, I'm just gonna remove the fan and remove all of those fan covers. So it's just three nuts holding it. So I'm just gonna undo that, and then we're gonna go to cleaning it off and then scraping it down and giving it a clean coat of paint. So as we can see, this fan cover is not in the greatest of shapes, but we will try to bring it back so that, I mean, it looks good and doesn't make the engine bay look dull. I did not record the painting of the fan cover, but this is the results of how it turned out. I actually like it. I feel like this brightens up the engine bay and make it look lovely. So I love the results. So the last thing that we will be doing is replacing the headlights. The headlights are actually pretty dim and you can't see a thing with this. So the easiest solution is to replace it with Jeep lights. So to do that, I'm going to be reusing the old brackets and using a a new bracket mounting system that I've seen in a YouTube video. I can link it below. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to show the whole process, but as I've said, guys, this is not a how-to video. This is a how I did it kind of thing. So if you're following along or if you want more information around it, I can link it in the description. But yeah, so firstly, I'm gonna have to remove the light from the bracket. Don't really care much about these lights anymore, so I'm just gonna break it off. So we'll try to start removing it in a civilized manner, and if that doesn't work, I'll break it off. But trust me, guys, it doesn't work, so we'll just end up breaking it off. As you can see, guys, the bracket is removed from the light. So what I'll be doing next now is cleaning off this bracket because I'll be using normal nails to attach the Jeep lights onto this bracket. So let's start by unboxing the lights first, and I will just give you an example of how it will look like, and then I will just attach them using normal nails to this bracket, and then we will use this bracket to attach them back to the car. Yeah, so this is how it looks like after I have used normal nails. I made sure to be liberal with it and also followed the instructions in terms of the drying time. And yeah, I'm pretty sure they will not fall off. But as I've said, we can review this in the later stages. But this is how it looks like after it has dried and fully cured. So I fitted the lights back on the car, and wow, guys, I really like the look. I feel like I need to now respray this front grille and also maybe replace the front bumper, but the lights look so good. I really like them. So yeah, the next plan now, I'm just gonna see the visibility. So we'll give you some clips of me driving at night. So this is how they look at night. As you can see, visibility has really improved, and I think they do need some adjusting, and I did a dim bright there and it just led to the top. So I'm just gonna do some adjustments. So that's the beauty of the brackets that I've put. You are able to adjust how the light, where the lights are pointing. So yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying this, and the visibility of this car now. It's very nice, and what I like, it's not bright to incoming cars, so I won't be causing any accidents to other road users. So because you have gotten to this far of this video, I would like to say thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you like, or if you put down your comments, what do you think of the car and where do you think I can do some improvements? And if you're interested in this series, please subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos coming on this car.